All right, we are live. Our producer. Oh, let me turn this light off. Shit.
Start over.
Sucks when I gotta fucking run the show. We are live. Welcome to episode 107. This is 107. 107 of Pillar Talk. I would have Josh here in the studio, but he was Terry Sprinkler, tried to cut a promo on Mr. Hollywood Hank Hogan here, and he is on his way to the hospital at about 90 miles an hour in the back of an ambulance. So with that being said, Hank Hogan, what's up, brother?
T-Rail, my brother. Good to see you again. Been a couple of weeks since that awesome IWR show here in Monroe, Michigan. I tell you what, brother, that was off the hook. Some of the best damn wrestling Hank Hogan's ever seen, brother.
Oh, man, I love IWR. Every time I go there, it gets better and better.
Hank Hogan will definitely return. As you can see today, we're not NWO. Hollywood has gone back legit, back face, brother. We were supposed to have Jeremiah Goldmane here, but as you can see, no Goldmane. Why? Because he's a coward. And when Hank Hogan sees him, and I'm back in that black and white, brother, you remember what we did to Savage? We ripped off the shirt, brother. We took the yellow spray paint can, and Hollywood Hank Hogan is going to do nothing but spray a big yellow streak right down the middle of his back, brother.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Hank.
Hey, I'm Hank Hogan. I started doing this about 3 years ago. I went to Heroes and Legends, which, by the way, little plug here, will be coming up next weekend, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Allen County Memorial Coliseum. Great convention and show. Met Brooke Hogan that day. Big hopes that someday that maybe her dad would appear, but of course he didn't. Now that we're talking about the coolest daughter that Hulk Hogan has. And she took a picture that I paid for, took her personal phone, brother, took another picture and sent it to her dad. Did she give me his phone number? Nah, that didn't work. Yeah. Not that we didn't try, brother.
Yeah,
but,
right.
And after that, I was hooked. I was like, this isn't going to be a one-time deal. This is going to stick.
So you knew Brooke was going to be there and you dressed up and she
That's
loved
right.
it.
I had to. She's like, I have not seen those tie-dye pants since the last time my dad wore them in the ring. And believe it or not, you got the ones that were the first ones he wore. So I'm like, well, that's pretty cool to get that kind of compliment and stuff.
That's awesome, dude. So you would say you were a fan of wrestling your entire life then?
I have been a fan of wrestling since the first time I was delivering pizzas and somebody told me about WWF and Wrestlemania 2 was coming on. Well, we all know that Hulk Hogan main evented Wrestlemania 2, brother, Los Angeles. The old style blue steel cage versus that big, nasty King Kong Bundy, brother. He had his ribs taped. He was getting thrown around the ring by Bundy, but sooner or later, he started hawking up, brother. He got it going. He slammed him. He dropped the leg. He climbed out. 1, 2, 3. Hogan wins. I was hooked after that. The charisma, the look. How can you not like this guy? Yeah. Been a fan ever since. So I've seen every WrestleMania since.
Really? So that was your favorite? Your favorite character is
my
Hogan?
Favorite character is Hulk Hogan. I have several others, but I'm not going to dress up as them. This is me.
Yeah. Dude, I literally, okay. We're filming the IWR. And I keep looking over. I'm like, what the fuck is this, right? And I'm filming over there, and I see you over there talking to all these people, man. I'm like, this guy's fucking awesome. I gotta go talk to this guy. And then come and find out, I'm walking over there. You're already talking to the people at our table. I'm like, oh, we already got Hank Hogan here. You started cutting a promo real quick. I was like, shit.
I cut promos on everybody, brother. I just cut them like a whip.
And all, I mean, what's cool is you've just been a fan for so long that you can take it and you can run with it. And so what, you show up to every show, Hank Hogan, eh?
Every show I can get to, brother. When I can make it, I've got the money, I've had a good week, I'm hitting a wrestling show. Usually I'm in the Detroit area, Pro Wrestling All-Stars, MPW, which is Metro Pro Wrestling, Horror Slam Wrestling, which also they have a show coming up, really Super Horror Slam. gory. If you like death matches and gore and blood, hit up a Horror Slam show. They put on a great show. Chuck Stein, Peter B. Beautiful.
Yeah, if you want to see some shit happen, you should go see a Horror Slam show, because I went there. I went to my first one, and I was like, I should have brought safety glasses. I was like, I'm glad I wore my glasses, but I need like safety glasses for this. There was glass flying.
The blood spills,
Yeah.
brother. One of my favorite part is the lights. They use those light tubes and just crack each other over the head.
Dude.
And like, anybody who says wrestling is fake, brother, you walk up to me, hand me a light tube, I'm going to crack you in the head. And I'm just going to look down and go, let me tell you something, brother. Is that fake to you?
Yeah. And I don't understand what people say about that, because, okay, if you're fake doing a front flip off of the ropes, right? You're not landing on a pad of pillows. You're landing on this big ass mat that does not give.
Mat that's covering nothing but wooden planks.
Yeah, wooden planks with a little piece of carpet over it. Not even like a little like wrestling mat on it. Not even. And that's what I'm saying is I've seen these guys jump and do front flips outside of the ring onto the ground, onto the floor.
When they had those old fashioned metal barriers, not like WWE where they're all padded now. But if you watch the earlier shows, a lot of these indie companies now use, well, Championship International Wrestling is one of the few companies out there that still use the old fashioned WWF style rings. We're talking red, white, and blue ropes. And we're also talking the old metal railings to keep the crowd in and stuff. And that's how I started. I started as a ring guy for CIW, moved up to referee. That's originally where Hank Hogan was born. That was my ring name for being a referee. I actually did a show at my old high school. They did a thing, only referee to come out to theme music, make the save, and make the 3 count in the main event.
Nice.
And I just been hooked on Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, Monday Nitro, Thursday Night Thunder of WCW. Wherever Hogan went. Now, let's get one thing straight to the people that are watching in the area. I am not Roddy Hogan, okay? He's the ice cream guy in Detroit. He's the original Hulk Hogan impersonator. He used to go where Hogan was, Roddy Hogan was.
Okay.
We're talking house shows, pay-per-views. This is the guy you just see in the crowd. He's got the mustache and the hair, and it's all natural. He's usually wearing a Hogan coat. Now, he didn't do it all up like I did. He wasn't in tights and boots and sunglasses and stuff like that. Wherever you are, Roddy Hogan, brother, I hope you're feeling good. I know you've been struggling a bit. Thinking of you, carrying on your legacy, brother.
Are you you're friends with him?
I've met him a couple times. When I first met him was SummerSlam 1992, Palace of Auburn Hills. Guy walks up to me. I'm in a Hawk Rules, the original Hawk Rules tank top, brother, and I'm wearing the Hawk Rules bandana. And he walks up to me, and I met him then. And when I used to watch shows after that, it's like,
every time
did this guy win the lottery? And then I found out he's just an ice cream delivery guy. I'm like, man, I should be delivering ice cream. I can go everywhere.
Yeah, that motherfucker probably just delivers his ass off. He delivers his ass off to go to where Hogan is. That's what he does. Dude, I gotta sell this fucking ice cream so I can get to Hogan, dude. That's all I'm trying to do. That's cool. So he was from the Detroit area?
Yes, he was.
Damn. And then you're from Indiana, right?
I was originally born Hillsdale County, Michigan.
Okay.
That's where Hank Hogan hails from.
Okay.
Went to school there, elementary school there. So I have a younger brother. Hey, Ivan, I know you're not listening.
Ivan Hogan. No,
not Ivan Hogan. But
how was it like growing up, man?
Growing up was cool. I was adopted when I was 6 years old. Mother and father struggled, got taken away. It was rough, but I got through it. I mean, it was a rough road, but my adoption was good. I mean, I experienced things I would have never experienced where I was.
Right.
Fancy vacations, going to Florida every Christmas break, seeing state parks just all across the United States. My parents are the coolest. They were school teachers.
Okay.
And they were really cool.
Well, shout out to your adopted parents, man.
And they're probably not listening, but hey, mom, dad, hello.
Yeah, mom, dad, hello.
It'd be cool if you were listening, but we know you're not.
So when did you move to Indiana?
About 4 years ago. My girlfriend and I moved down there with our oldest daughter.
Okay.
We've had 2 more children since, Mason and Bryce. They're really awesome.
Wow. Damn, brand new. How old are you?
I am in my, believe it or not, when I walk around dressed like this, I look probably late 30s, early 40s, but actually I am in my 50s.
No way. You just had two brand new kids, eh?
Yep. And if my girlfriend's listening, I know I might get my butt kicked, but my girlfriend's really awesome. She's 24. She's a former adult actress. Yes, my girlfriend did porn.
That's awesome, dude. Only Hank Hogan gets something like that. You know what I'm saying? But so she wanted to settle down, have some kids. Hey, that's that. I'm glad for you, dude. You're a fucking new dad at 50. You have more kids. You said you're
yes, I have two older kids, Matthew Amel, Angelica May. They're in Hillsdale, Michigan.
Okay.
Matthew's 29, his sister's 27. Actually, I'm a grandpa 8 times over.
Jeez Louise, Grandpa having new kids out here.
Grandpa Hank Hogan, brother.
Hank Hogan ain't hanging up this belt anytime soon, baby. You want a baby? Hit up Hank Hogan. That's awesome, man. And what did you move to Indiana for? Were just better opportunities out there?
I just heard more jobs were better. Delivering pizzas down there were better, making money. I currently do DoorDash, which is not I mean, the money's there sometimes, other times more than not, it's not. But no, work is work. And you know, I like being myself. I like being my own boss. I like being in my car driving. I like serving people their food, stuff like that. I've done it my whole life. So.
Right. So
I just never got into the factory work. It just wasn't for me.
Dude, I know there's I actually know a guy right now that's been delivering pizzas for damn near 25 years. And he fucking loves it, dude. He's sending his kids to, like, I mean, with just delivering, like you would think pizza delivery driver, that's for a 20-year-old. This dude's making more money than most people working in factories. He's sending his kids to fucking special camps for baseball and shit. You know, he's just out here grinding. And it's honestly, it's like you can make a career out of anything if you fucking really fucking do it. Brother. Yeah. Like you said, the DoorDash, you say, when I have a good week, you know, I try to have a good week. So you just work harder, work longer, put more hours in so you can have a good week. That's, you know, when it's your turn, okay, and I got to start working. Then you bust your ass real quick, and now you can have a good weekend. Now you can have a good,
absolutely.
You know,
that's how I do it too. I bust my ass. I set a goal every day. I hit the goal. Sometimes I hit it early. Sometimes I hit it right on the nose when I want to end my shift. Yep. But, you know, in a week, on a good week, if I do where I live and maybe go to some other towns a few miles away and keep going,
more populated
10 or 12-hour days where places stay open longer, I can pay my bills in a week and take the next 3 weeks off and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, but then you can just
except unless I need gas
money,
or something. Yeah, you know, I got a wrestling show or convention coming up. I'll work that week too, make the money, have enough money, you know, for a decent hotel room for me and the little lady. And, you know, we
might as well, dude.
She's a huge wrestling mark. And she really, I mean, I was a wrestling fan, but she is what they call a wrestling mark. This girl will go, if there were shows 7 days a week and they were local,
she would go 7 days a week.
She'd go 7 days a week. If WWE was in town 7 days a week, she'd find a way to.
She'd get there 7 days a week. So is that how you guys met? At like a wrestling
actually,
show?
No. I get this question a lot, and believe me, T-Rub, she was the neighbor girl, not the young neighbor girl. Don't get me wrong. Don't anybody start thinking bad about me. But no, we lived in the same apartment complex, and
just hit it off.
Yep.
You hit it off from wrestling, eh?
Pretty much. I mean,
sometimes I'm Hank Hogan. What's up?
I mean, when I first started out, I would see her and her dad at the CIW shows, at the free shows in Hudson, Michigan, and stuff. And you know, I knew I was like, hey, they live next to me. And
yep, you guys traveled all the way over here to fucking.
That's right, brother.
We'll be going home at the same time.
Came home. She said she had tickets for it. I like, well, guess we're going to IWR tonight. And I was like, well, grab the gear bags and, you know,
let's go.
What look do we want to do? It gets tough. I've done all of them so many times that now when I go to shows, it's like, which one do I want to do today?
Right.
Which one do I think will, you know, go over well?
You can't get too showing the same one off at the same shows too many times. Like, oh, is this the only outfit this guy got?
If anybody wants to see the NWO look, watch Monday Night Raw this Monday, 8 to 11. Hank Hogan's going to be camera side, a little off to the side, but believe me, Hank Hogan's making it down to that center row where he's going to be on TV. The guy with the green shirt that I hear won the lottery and gets front row seats for every WWE, Raw, SmackDown,
Yeah.
pay-per-view, you name it, he's there in the same seat. I hear this guy pays people $10,000, $20,000 if they get his seat so he can have that specific seat.
There's fans like that, bro.
Any Hank Hogan fans out there? I was also told Monroe Pop Fest, my brothers, my sisters, September 16th and 17th. Be there. Hank Hogan will be there. I'm going to be at the Brain. I came in today and excuse me, I'm botching my promos.
Yeah.
But T-Rub here, the other producers here, asked me to be their guest for the weekend. They didn't have one yet, and I stepped right up and jumped right in. As you can see, our other guest, Jeremiah Goldmain, still not here. Coward.
Wah, wah, wah.
Weasel. Jeremiah Goldmain, the new Weasel of professional wrestling. If y'all remember Bobby the Weasel Heenan, well, now it's Jeremiah the Weasel Goldmain.
Jerry the Weasel. That's funny. Damn, dude. I can't wait for Pop Fest now that we got Hank Hogan.
Now that I'm kind of, I guess you could say, booked for it.
Yeah, now you're booked for it. That's
I'll
cool.
be there. I'll be signing pictures. I'll be taking pictures. One day I'll be in the red and yellow. The next day I'll be in the NWO black and white. So you get both versions of Hank Hogan there.
Make sure to show up to Pop Fest at the Brain Jerk tent to get your picture with Hollywood Hank Hogan.
And an autograph picture.
And an autograph picture. You guys are gonna want this.
Someday, if I ever have a few matches,
Yeah.
they could be worth something.
Right. That's cool. I mean, dude, the way that you were cutting promos all night when I was at IWR. So, I mean, you were in character the entire time. That was
absolutely
cool.
Always in character.
Just
the whole
having
time
a good ass
show.
fucking time, dude. And I came up and I was trying to joke with them. I was like, "Look, it's the Walmart Hulk Hogan." He said, "Listen here, brother.
Listen here, brother.
Yeah.
I'm no Walmart special, brother."
He said, "You call me a Walmart brand again, brother. I'm gonna have your ass." What did you say? I'm gonna whop your
I told you we got a ring right out there in front of us,
Yeah.
brother. And if you call me that again, and I'm dragging your ass right to it.
That's awesome, dude. Have you ever had when you were young? And so when did you start delivering pizzas?
I started when I was 19.
So how old were you when you seen the first? So you seen WrestleMania 2, right?
Yep. And that happened in the 80s. That was about 1986.
Okay.
Was WrestleMania 2. And then, of course, we all remember WrestleMania 3 in 87, brother. Pontiac Silverdome, hometown state of Hank Hogan there, when the Hulkster slammed Andre the Giant.
Yep.
Passing the torch there, brother. That's what Andre did. And
oh, yeah. Dude, that was a while ago. I was born in 93. 93. So you were what, about 20 when you became a fan? Because wrestling just came out. Like you wouldn't have been, because I was a fan of wrestling when I was a tiny kid, because that shit was already huge when I was growing up. So you got to pretty much see it build itself almost.
absolutely.
You know?
I watched it grow from, I wouldn't say from the territories, because I didn't start watching it soon enough then. I mean, I wasn't watching it in the 70s and early 80s. And I never even knew Hulk Hogan was out there. Like I said, I never knew about him winning the title from the Iron Sheik. I didn't know about WrestleMania 1. Like I said, I first got into wrestling when somebody told me about WrestleMania 2. And I'm like, what's WrestleMania? You know, what's this wrestling stuff? And after that, it was just like,
this is beautiful. It's and then like how the some people are like, oh, that's fake, because they can't really see what's cool. But if you really think about it, if you want to say it like that, it's a choreographed piece of art that is very physical. And if you aren't physically able to do this shit, you could really hurt yourself.
Absolutely.
Like, these guys have to fucking work out every day to be able to do that. Like I understand, like dancing's also choreographed too, but this stuff, you're slamming people. You're taking this dude's whole entire life, and you're literally able to drop him on his head and probably fucking kill him or paralyze him. You know what I'm saying?
That's why a lot of these guys have neck injuries and other problems, or even have been seriously injured and careers ended in a minute, because these guys, they don't practice enough, or they just think, oh, I'm big enough. You're 400 pounds. I'm
Yep.
going to pick you up and I'm going to body slam
Yep.
you. Well, if you don't do a body slam right and you don't get them
You can
all the
pull
way
your
over,
back
if
out.
I mean, Hogan ruined his back. His first back surgery was after WrestleMania 3 with Andre because
Right.
that guy was so big.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of these moves are give and take. And if you piss off your opponent, he's not gonna give for you, and you're gonna be the one trying to give all the giving, and you're gonna get hurt.
Yep. And that's the thing. Like when you said, man, I wish I would get trained before I could get in the ring. And that's what you said first. I want to be able to get trained before I get in the ring. Because you know that it ain't no fucking, it's not no games. These people, all you got to do is be buff and big and scary. Like
Absolutely not. You can be the strongest guy in the world. If you don't know how to do something right, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt somebody else.
Because it's a very physical fucking, if it's fake, it's very fucking physical. If you're saying that, you know, maybe we know what's happening, but this shit that they're doing in the middle of this, like this is like one of those daredevils jumping over 50 buses or something like that, you know.
Evil Knievel, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I can do that.
You've seen Jeff Hardy do a swanton bomb, do a front flip, and give his back up to a ladder all the way 20 feet below him.
And that's got to hurt.
Yeah.
You can't control your fall when you're coming off a height of the top of a steel cage doing a swanton bomb.
Dead weight.
Because you are literally, as soon as you launch yourself, it's all downforce.
Yep.
And you're not giving up speed, you're gaining speed on your way down. And when you see them hit those ladders, you're like, yeah, they're not getting up.
Yep.
And you see a lot of them, they have to actually take 5-10 minutes just laying there for, you know, the pain to subside, because they're like, what am I thinking? That hurt.
Yep. Yeah, that's
all for the sake of a buck and entertainment.
Yep.
You know,
and they're really, I consider it a professional sport, like baseball, football, anything like that. It's one of these. It
is professional entertainment.
Yes. Well, that yes, but like I said, like you have to be athletic. You can't just be some slouch going in there and expect you're going to jump off the ring and not hurt yourself. Like you said, you were just trying to do a leg drop, and you fucking damn near broke my leg, dude. Just trying to do a fucking leg drop.
I couldn't even get off the ground. Yeah. I mean, I was literally like, oh, I can do this. And every time I tried to get that leg up, I wasn't getting all the way off the ground. Like, it was like, how did that big man get up off the ground, stretch his leg out, drop it on a guy? Because I tried and I kept landing on both legs and my butt bone, and it was like, hey, that hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, I came crashing down so hard, I landed on my arm. I thought I'd broken my arm, and I was just trying to practice it with some mats in a gym. And like, yeah, you got to be in a school. You can't just train yourself. You have got to have people that have been in the business for many, many years. Mm-hmm. You know, the guys like Truth Martini, or, you know,
it's not
the Briscoes down in Florida, and all those guys.
It's not just, hey, I want to choke slam somebody. It's a real, I've talked to a lot of wrestlers that are trying to make it. And these guys, it's okay. You go to work every day, right? But these guys are going right after work, going to a fucking gym and busting their ass and learning some shit to do. Not only do you have to be physically ready, and you gotta safety and all this, you know, you have to put on a show. It's entertainment.
You have to be able to tell a story in the ring.
It's entertainment, dude. It's now we're doing all this physical shit. We're doing all this. We got to worry about safety. And now I got to sell all this to you and sell this whole entire plot that I'm making up, you know, or like if you're the heel, you got to come out here and you got to make these fuckers hate you, you know. And it's like,
you have to do some of the most vile, disgusting. Yeah. I mean, stuff that probably your kids and wife at home going,
oh man, yeah.
Do I know this guy?
Yep. So what's the future for Hank Hogan?
You know, I'm getting up there in age, and if I'm going to do it, it's going to have to be soon. But you know, if I don't get trained and I don't have a match, I'm content with going to the shows. And my most favorite part is the guys who catch me off guard after their matches. Will, like Atlas Hightower one time at a pro wrestling hall, I'm just standing there minding my own business. His match is over. He goes over on his opponent. And next thing you know, I'm just kind of sitting on I hear this, Hogan. I'm like, You know, who's calling my name?
Yeah.
Atlas Hightower's in the ring, and he's telling me to get in the ring and pose with him. So it's
Oh,
moments like that. I mean, it's happened several times. I mean, it's happened with Pro Wrestling King down in Indiana, tag team down there, Red Army. They called me in the ring one time.
yeah.
Atlas Hightower's done it. I mean, I just get a kick out of that. I mean, they hit my theme music. I do all the poses, and it's like, you know, this is really cool.
Yeah, it's just
I was involved in a match. I was involved in a battle royal for Pro Wrestling King. Now that was just outside the ring. Nobody knew it was coming. Actually got to be in the locker room with the guys, which was, you know, really cool. Cause anytime I ask if I can change in the locker room, usually I'm just a fan.
right,
Gets
yeah.
frowned upon. I mean, these guys don't want me back there, but, and, you know, I got to come out of the curtain to my music. Guy dressed up as, you know, Jason with the mask and
Yep.
a machete and act like he was terrorizing people. And I just kind of gave him a few shots to the chest. And, you know, he had showed me in the, not to give away any secrets, but he showed me a few things in the back of what to do and how to do it right and stuff. And
just to, I mean, to be properly trained on something like that real quick, just, hey man, I need you to do this. And dude, I mean, it wouldn't be hard to learn it like at that time and real quick, but it would be cool. I even thought, I got in a motorcycle accident 3 years ago. I thought it would be cool to take some falls in the ring, like go in there and get my ass whooped or something. But I'm a little bit crippled, and I know you know, even if I go to training, I'm gonna fuck myself up or something. And I just always was sitting there like, man, I would just like to get fucking gored, or just somebody
gore.
Yeah, somebody make me feel like I'm less of a man, dude. You know, and I really, the more I talk to wrestlers, wrestling fans, the more I get into the indie wrestling scene, because IWR is what got me into indie wrestling. And the more I get into it, the more I see these people that are like, not, I mean, they're building themselves, but they're putting their whole entire heart into it. It's almost like, I don't know, it's almost to me like it's better than WWE, because I feel like they made it in WWE. They got their whatever, you know, they have a free, but these guys are making their legacy as we speak and sit there and watch these guys. They're literally making their legacy. I watch every wrestler in IWR, all the younger kids. I've watched them grow personally as wrestlers. Like me viewing them as wrestlers, I was fans of them, and now I'm like full hearted into their everything. Like, even if they're heels or something, I can't help but to fucking, like the Game Changers, for instance, I cannot help but be fans of them. I fucking love those guys. I mean, I understand I should be fucking a part of the booing when they come out, because they are very, very good heels, but I love
they're
them
very good
fucking
heels,
guys.
and,
I love them guys. I like the way Nate Bach bitches at the ref and shit, and he has his little skull in the back. I mean, Kyle Barrett, Chinstrap Jesus is the most killer fucking name. I love it. and the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, they're fighting Rhino and Heath Slater, and I love.
and these guys were in WWE.
Yep.
They were, you know, the
Yep.
first. I wouldn't say SmackDown. Well, yeah, I believe they were the first SmackDown tag team champions when the brands split.
Yeah.
And they got that to their credit. You know, those WWE guys, the former ones that, you know, are still on the indie scene and still doing it and still making it. I mean, I applaud those guys.
Well, look at what Rhino's doing. He's got all these young
He's
kids.
the mayor.
Yeah. He's got all these young kids in here that are really, really trying to be something, and he knows it, and he's helping them. He's giving them a chance. Like, that's what I like about it. These big guys are still passing the torches on. Like, Rhino made it. You went on national television. You don't need to help nobody else.
We've been in all the federations, you know. So, and I noticed a lot about them is they take a lot of losses. They don't have the big egos that say, well, I worked for WWE and you're not going to pin me.
Yep.
I mean, you don't see that out of a lot of the guys that come to the shows.
And all I got to say is, like, big props to Rhino and IWR. They really throw a good show. It is. I went to their battle at the Boatyard, was the first one I went to, and then it has It is literally doubled in just like production value and fans and interactions. They're killing it, man. They're introducing a women's division now. I mean, you can't get mad at what they're doing.
No,
right
you
now.
can't, because women's divisions in indie wrestling were almost unheard of.
Yeah.
And then it just started getting bigger and bigger, and now you see it a lot. I mean, my biggest kick is Mickey Knuckles and Schwartzy, his wife. I can't think of her name right now. She's the blonde. But they're wrestling guys in death matches.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, he could just pick him up and,
throw him right out the way. Yeah. That's I just really love seeing the big guys are coming, and like even Connor, when he won the heavyweight championship for IWR, he held that. He was getting cheered on, and he pointed at Rhino and he said, "I love you." Like out of all, like he won the title, and he said, "I love you guys," and like it just made me feel like, dude, you're still making people's dreams come true. This dude,
exactly. Even when he was in the Ascension, he was cool.
Yeah,
I mean, they were. I wouldn't say, because they weren't as big as the Road Warriors, but they're trying to portray that gimmick of like a newer,
like a new age
Road Warriors. Because both Road Warriors are gone. Rest in peace, Animal Hawk. We miss you guys. But the ones that are trying to recreate it in their own sense without actually ripping off the character. I mean, they had their own look and makeup and stuff. I mean, they didn't do the exact, one had a mohawk and, the other one had, whatever he had on the side of his head for the Road Warriors. Even the face paint and stuff, we use their own, take on it. So
that's where for a second there, I was like, Connor, what the fuck? And then I realized where he was from. And I was like, oh, that's fucking, that's cool.
And when I saw him, I was like, dang, he's a lot bigger than what you saw on television.
Yeah, he's a way bigger.
I mean, that dude looked like shorter than me and skinnier, and
he's a big guy. He's a fucking massive man, dude. And I'm a big dude, and some of these wrestlers, man. Madman Fulton too.
He's another one. I like him.
That, what, 6'7"?
I think if he gets a break, he's gonna go.
Oh, he's
just like Jason Hotch, Jason Page, Jason Hotch.
Yeah. Trey Miguel. Who else? Dude, I really like what Sam Beal's been doing. I really like that. I love the mullet for some reason. I can't get over the mullet.
And he used to never have that mullet. Believe it or not, he was at Championship International Wrestling Show, the Waldron Labor Day Festival. And this was probably, 8-9 years ago. And he was almost bald. I mean, he had literally hardly any hair up there. My girlfriend kept showing me the picture he took with my daughter. That's Sam Beal. I'm like, no, it's not. It doesn't even look like the dude.
Right.
You see the mullet and you see that picture from a long time ago. And it's like,
dude, what the hell?
What happened to you, dude?
Yeah. And then like the Game Changers, I really fucking like them. I really like them and everything they're doing. Like, somebody has to be the heel. And you fucking make it. I want to hate you so bad, but I love you guys because you do so good.
Yeah, my girlfriend has a crush on Chin Strap.
Chin Strap Jesus.
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah.
If you're listening, I'm gonna squash that crutch, brother.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that overalls off you, and I'm gonna make you run around in your underpants, dude. And I just, like I said, dude, as soon as Heath Slater comes out, the fans start cheering. He's got kids. He was taken away by how big the fans were and how much they were and where they were, the towns he was going to, and the people chanting just that one catchphrase. And he's like, damn, dude. He's like, damn, dude, these people watch TV. These people know who I am. They're fucking fans, dude.
And that was my first time meeting him. We got stuck in the driveway at that IWI show, and he was looking at us and kind of chuckling and stuff. And girlfriend's like, "That's Heath Slater." And I was like, "Yeah, he thinks this is pretty funny." And then I'm getting changed in the bathroom, and he walks out of the stall and almost runs me over while I'm changing. It's like, "Hey, Heath, how's it going?" And he's just kind of looking at me and smiling like, "Okay."
Didn't Josh help get you out you guys were stuck in IWR?
Yeah, he did.
Yep, that was it.
Him and I don't know if they're listening. Mike Bennett, Maria Kanellis came out. She's like, let me get in your car and let me get it out. I'll get your car out.
That's nice.
Maria Kanellis sat in my girlfriend's car. I mean, she wanted her to autograph the steering wheel.
Yeah,
and
just write all over the car, please. That's pretty cool, man.
And you know what? That was of course, she signed my Playboy magazine that I had of her.
Right.
Of course, I told her, but I'm the only one that brought it. She's like, no, actually, some other people did. And I'm like, all right, cool. But, that was something that a big name WWE star just, whether they were nice or not, wouldn't do. And she just that was just a class act. Yep. I mean, what can you say? I mean, Maria Kanellis tells my girlfriend, let me get in your car and let me get it unstuck. I mean, she tried her damnedest to rock it and roll it and get it going, but it was so buried, even she couldn't get it out. Right. But still, just the gesture.
I mean, like I said, or like I always say, you're not promised every day. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not promised the next minute. If somebody takes their time out
to make an impression like that,
or they're taking time out of their life, their precious life, like, because everybody's time is precious, right? If you really think about it, you're losing time every minute. This motherfucker came in, sat in your seat, and tried to get you unstuck for a couple minutes of her life. You know what I'm saying?
A major WWE diva at that. Yep. Somebody you wouldn't even think would even just walk up and talk to you on the street.
You had a book with her naked pictures in it. You know what I'm saying?
And she was cool about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing though, is like, she's just a human, just like we are. Just because she's did more stuff or is more popular or something like that, she still is out here. Oh fuck, somebody's.
And a lot of these stars, they just don't get it.
Yeah,
and I mean,
it's I don't like the selfishness. Is what I'm like. I don't like the. I can do some things. But I know that I got a fucking team, and not even Brain Jerk. Like, I got a team other than Brain Jerk, and that's a whole bunch of other companies and groups of people that are trying to do their own thing. But for some odd reason, when 4 or 5 companies get together and they have the same goal, it makes something 10 times better than fucking what I would do by myself. So where I can take all the credit. Yeah, this is all mine and this is all mine. But if I say this is ours and look at how fucking beautiful this is, look at how not only did me and my people look at it, but him and his people, they all looked at it too. And we have a communicative effort put together to show you guys. And this is the best we can show you. So here's, this is from all of us to you guys, exactly. Something like that.
Giving back.
And it just makes me feel good, because like the community aspect, and like what we've been doing a lot is we're connecting with the community, we're connecting with people, and all you gotta do is lend out a hand to somebody and say, hey man, Hank, you want to come over to Pop Fest in our tent 16th and 17th? You love that. That's something I want to fucking do that. Hell yeah. And that's what gets me excited, because like I didn't know you were coming to Pop Fest until I walked in.
Usually when I make comments like that too, it just goes on deaf ears. And but, man, your boss popped right. He goes, hey, we were without a guest. Guess what? We do now. I was like, dude, you're with us for 2 days. I'm like, awesome.
And that's the thing. And it's because if I'm eating, why can't Hank Hogan eat with me? Why can't we all sit down? Actually, Ryan, we call him Dad a lot. Ryan, the boss, you said, like he is the boss because he has a better business mind than us. I got a brain injury and I'm a funny guy. That's about all I got. I get coached by Josh. Josh coaches me and helps me, and he shows me what I'm good at and what I'm not good at and stuff like that. And then we communicatively go to fucking Ryan and say, hey man, we have like 17 ideas. Let's run through these and see what the hell we need to do, because he can he can make it make sense. We're just saying, hey, this is going to be cool, and then we can make it make sense, or somehow we can get it together as a team and make it work. And if it don't work, it don't work. We'll throw it out, But that's the cool thing, is like, we work as a team. We love each other. We genuinely love each other. And people are seeing it now. Like, oh my God, you guys. Like, not only like they hug, we hug every day. Like before.
That's what all the wrestlers do. I mean, if you ever see a locker room where, just when they get there, the first thing the guys will do, they're shaking hands, it's kind of the off to the side, pat on the back. Good to see you, brother. I mean, the phrase in professional wrestling, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did Hulk Hogan pen that phrase? More than likely, but it just caught on to where now it's like, hey, brother, good to see you again.
And that's what it is.
And that's what it is. It's a brotherhood.
And the respect they have for each other, when I see it, you can see it play in the ring, because when they have respect for each other and they're looking out for the best for the opponent and for the fans, that's what makes the best show. If you guys are both on your shit and doing a good show, you're putting on a fucking magnificent masterpiece. You can feel it in the fucking room, dude. Even if it's silent, sometimes when it's silent, that's the best time to hear. Everybody's fucking gasping and shit like that, and I just love it, man. And I love being in the crowd. We used to be broadcasting it. We had a camera kind of far away, and we would be on the mics like Jerry the King Lawler and JR, you know, and
commentary.
And
doing commentary on the matches.
I was like, man, we're cheering and chanting and shit like that. And then one day we ran into a fucking a problem with our laptop, and we couldn't get our soundboard to work on the stream, whatever. We couldn't figure it out in time. We only had an hour till showtime. We had to figure it out. We did it all on our phones and taped 100% better phone, because I get their entrances, what we were doing last
What you were
time.
doing at the IWR show,
I get
you were getting right up to the entrances.
And Josh sits in the crowd second row, and he gets the fucking fight. The best show we've had yet, and it was off of a limb of us. Oh shit, we're fucked up. We got to make this work no matter what. This is what we came out to do this. So this is what we're going to do. And it made a better show. So now we do it. And now I'm in the middle of the fans. I can get these fans to start chanting, start screaming, yelling, booing. I don't give a shit what it is, dude. But, and all you got to do, dude, a lot of kids sit next to me. When I hear them trying to chant, all I got to do is put a little bellow on what they're chanting. Everybody starts chanting. There's a kid. Nice. There was a kid yelling and stuff. And I said, hey man, right when something big happens, it gets quiet again, start chanting. I got you. Had the whole crowd ranting up. He turned around, gave me a fist bump. That's the funnest shit in the world right there, exactly, man.
When you get 300-400 people at a show riled up like that.
And then this little kid wanted to get 300 to 400 people riled up, and he couldn't because his voice was too little. But then I helped him, and he turned around to me. He's like, thanks, man. I said, you did that. That was all you, brother. Bro.
How you, little brother?
Dude. And just seeing Josh brought his kid to the Battle of the Boatyard, and this fucking kid is a Nate Bach fan no matter what. Nate Bach was an asshole that one, because he was a real big tyrant, and he was a real big heel, and everybody was booing him and stuff like that. But Nate Bach went up to Josh's son and gave him a necklace. He said, yeah, this is a game changer necklace. And Josh bought a t-shirt and stuff like that. And Josh's son Eli didn't take that necklace off for like 6 months, dude.
Dang. Yeah, that's a hell of an impression when you got a kid like, I'm not taking this off no matter what. That's
my favorite wrestler. Never watched wrestling a day in his life besides that day. His first show was a live show. And he fell in love with the wrestler. And that's why I initially was like, dude, Nate Bach's fucking awesome, because I've seen his interaction. He's a great dude, and he plays. The Game Changers are fucking great. I love their fucking theme music. When it comes on, dude, I get excitement, and then I'm so mad that I got to cheer against Rhino and Heath Slater. Like, come on, dude, I just love the Game Changers. And when they won the titles, I was like, should I cheer? Because I don't want to get beat up. I don't want Heath Slater to beat me up, He's got kids, dude. But yeah, dude, I just do you like WWE or indie wrestling more?
I watch the WWE when I can. I mean, I only get Fox on Fridays on my antenna, so I don't get to watch Raw
Okay.
on Mondays. But and I have seen some spectacular wrestling in the indie shows. And it's like, I look at it as like, why isn't, WWE did this, maybe 3 times billions per year, every quarter or whatever. It's just the matches in WWE just don't, they don't have the build up. I mean, there's just not the, storytelling like it used to be.
It's the Attitude Era is over. It's more back to that weird stuff they were doing. Remember when they were pulling the guy out of the egg, and you remember they'd have
the
like
gobbledygooker,
and all that stupid stuff.
The cartoony stuff on WWF is what the cartoon characters, just like Earthquake, Typhoon, Big Boss Man, just those kind of characters. I mean, those kind of gimmicks and stuff they were the Jake the Snake Roberts, who comes to the ring with a snake in the bag, and that was a real snake.
Yeah.
I mean, indie wrestling, I love going to. I am hooked on. After that IWR show, I was hooked. This is my kind of crowd. It's a full packed house. There's more than 300 people there. I've been to shows where I only had 5 or 10, and it's really hard to get into it. And I think it shows in the performers. They just don't, without a crowd reaction, it's just hard. It's hard to perform for 10 people.
It's hard. Even comedians have a problem with that. Anybody has a problem with that because, like, you have to know that your shit was doing good. If 10, 20 people, you can barely hear them motherfuckers. You're slamming around in the ring, doing front flips, all this acrobats and shit, and you can't even hear 10 people cheering. Wow, that was cool. Wow, But then you get that full crowd in there. You're like, holy shit, this worked. And then you could like even like a comedian, they like to do these open mic nights. But what somebody throws an open mic night and there's fucking 8 people there.
It's just like, what do I do? What do I say? I got no crowd here to play off of. I got nobody in the audience. I could just, pick on for my act, and it's like,
it's always hard. And COVID fucked up a lot of shit like that. Well, I mean, of course, it was a crazy thing that came out, but like, COVID put a halt on all that. These comedians were dying to find a show. These wrestlers were dying to find. They were wrestling out of backyards in people's houses and shit.
I remember that Detroit area.
I went to a comedy show that was in somebody's fucking garage. We all sat outside the garage. Had a great ass comedy show right outside his garage. He was like, we had to do something, dude.
Yeah, I gotta make money. I gotta put food on the table. Yeah. It's just.
Or I got to grind my fucking gears and see if this works so I can eventually start making money. If I have a crowd that says, wow, that sucked, or wow, that was really funny, then I know this worked and this didn't. Now I got to go try to find a bigger crowd if I only had 10 people, and I got to do the same exact routine. I don't know what worked or what didn't work. So it's hard, man. And then everything's starting to open up now, though. It's starting to get real.
That's a good thing. You're not seeing the shows you might see a lot of backyard shows this summer. The Detroit groups do a lot of stuff outside during the summer when it's warm. They only use, the venues and buildings they use during the winter and stuff. But even some of the outdoor shows are cool.
I don't care either way. I just like the indie shows. I really do. I would rather see the people that are trying to make a legacy than people that already made one. You know what I'm saying?
And these guys, like Percy Drews and a lot of these guys on the indie groups doing stuff in the ring, you don't see in a WWE ring or a TNA ring or AEW. I mean, these guys are doing moves. You're like, those are the ones that make you go, holy shit. And
I seen a motherfucker do a front flip pile driver to somebody one time. I was like,
it might have been Percy Drews. He does something similar to that.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was this?
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, are they both okay? It's something like that. And that's the coolest shit, is because I don't know, man. And just seeing them like I said, dude, I like even seeing where the rappers start out, or like where a music artist will start out, and then watching him blow up. And like, dude, I watched his fucking music that nobody even knew about. I watched him grow from nothing. That's cool. And I'm literally seeing the growth of these wrestlers each show I go to. And lo and behold, these fucking wrestlers at IWR go to a lot more fucking shows around Michigan. You see them everywhere.
Yep.
And
IPW up in the Battle Creek area. There's a group up in the Flint area I hear does good shows. There's a lot of groups out there I haven't attended to. I like going out of state and mingling with those crowds and what's funny is I will travel out of state and people know who I am.
Yeah, Hank Hogan.
They either see me on Facebook. I think the funniest thing was Jellicoe, Tennessee. I had stopped at a rest area, which is my favorite rest area to stop in that area. Some guy comes up with his kids like, "Hey, you're that Hogan guy from the car show in Marshall, Michigan." I'm like, the hell was that? I'm like, dude, really?
What? In fucking Tennessee?
In Tennessee.
On the road?
On the road. I
Damn.
mean, I stop at rest areas and I'm always in character. I mean, during the summer, I pretty much just, I don't go full gear. I go, tank top, cross, now they got the sweatbands, bandana, sunglasses. And, I get followed around. I turn around. People are sneaking pictures of me in Walmart. You don't have to. I am not the actual Hulk Hogan. I'm not going to be a jerk about it. I actually, and you probably saw it at the IWR show.
You love it.
Anybody could walk up to me and say, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And not once did I say
please,
no or
please
say, "Give me $10." Yep. Or it was like, absolutely, let's do this. And it was like, I do that all the time.
Well,
people will stop me. It was like, sure, let's grab a picture.
You cherish what people think. Like, oh man, let me take a picture of you. Like, hey, I worked hard dressing like this. Like none of that stuff was fucking free. You didn't find it.
No, I paid for it, and I could charge people for pictures with me, but that is not what I'm about.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is you're just in character, and them seeing you for your character, like, dude, you did a good job. Let me take a picture with you.
Yep, a lot of them are girls going, dude, I love your outfit, man. That's awesome. Even guys like, dude, I go. Believe it or not, and you're going to find this funny. My gym, Anytime Fitness in Angola, Indiana, owned by Tyler Hartman. Hey, brother, if you're listening, I know I posted it to you, but I go in his gym dressed like this. I put on a Hulkamania shirt. I'll put on the sunglasses and the bandana, and the gym stops what they're doing every time I walk in. It's like, what the hell did I just see? And now, I get called Hogan in there. Tyler, the owner, calls me Hulk.
Yeah, like, that's sweet, dude.
It's just like the very first time I did it was hilarious because I was like, after I joined the gym, I was like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to work out as Hank Hogan. And literally when I came through the door, the whole gym just stopped what they were doing. And it was like,
wait a fucking second.
And I'm walking past them and they're doing, they're doing like, there's people on machines go, what the? And it was like, Hulk Hogan's in our gym. And it's like, not really, but Hulk Hogan, look, and these people think, I've been told when you come in the gym, I get motivated because I love it when you come in dressed like that. Because one, I go when I'm working out, I'm in there 2.5, 3 hours and I'm busting my ass. And these people are like, yeah, I want to be like, I mean, I may not look like it. I mean, I have a lot of trouble putting on muscle and stuff, working out, but these people just get motivated. They see me working out like, as long as I'm in the gym, they stay an extra hour or so.
And working, and I mean, even if you're not building muscle or nothing, like, dude, I'm a big guy and I go to the gym every day still. And I go to the sauna a lot. And sometimes when my knee feels good, I'll walk on the treadmill to practice walking a little bit more and lift a little bit of weights and stuff like that. Just that little bit of fucking working out will it's gonna, like, it should motivate them, of course. But then it's like, look at this guy's out here having a good time.
Working out and having a good time doing it. And who can say they go to work out to have a good time?
and I mean, like, and it's a good time because you're bettering yourself. That helps mental health. Going through and sitting through a fucking workout you don't want to do. Nobody wants to fucking jog in place for fucking 40 minutes. Who does? But like when you go do it and you feel accomplished, you feel a sense of, damn, I did it. Yeah, dude, that's fucking, and that's motivation for these other people, man. I tell people, I cried today on my morning show because my best friend, I went through, like I said, the accident, and I didn't have a big chance to live. I had a 5% chance of survival. I wasn't gonna walk, talk, or anything again. They said I wasn't gonna be normal. I'm walking just fine. You see me walk right up here like
That's
it was
awesome,
nothing,
brother.
and he literally said, he was joking at first, talking shit, and then he said no, but for real, T-Rep, you're my hero. And like that really made me fucking, because then I like, dude, thanks for calling me your hero. And I like kind of thought about it. I started crying right there on live. I was like, hey, go to the next segment. I'm gonna fucking take a little second to fucking, because that it makes me feel good that somebody, like, I know he loves me as a friend. I've been his best friend for years, but this motherfucker is still giving me motivation. Like he already said, good job on fucking walking again and doing all this shit again. But then he told me today, after like poking fun, but I wasn't angry about it or nothing. We were all laughing. And then he said, no, but really, you're my fucking hero, dude. And like, it really hit me when we were all joking, laughing, have a good time. When I read that, I was like, oh, is that what you think? And it just, and I share my, men don't share their mental health problems a lot.
No, we don't. And we don't share our emotions very well.
Yeah, and
I'm not the huggy, cuddly.
Yep.
I mean, I have kids that want hugs and stuff,
Yep.
and I do that. But as far as when it comes to the girlfriend or even my own parents, have trouble saying they love me or giving hugs and stuff. And I just shy away from it because I know it's just like,
yeah, but that's
just doesn't work for them.
I mean, that's just that's how you were raised to be a man. You don't really need to show affection. But the thing is I've been going through a lot of these mental health struggles. And I learned that if I just start fucking airing my business out, not like good and bad, I don't care what it is. I'm not faking for nobody. If I air out my business, like, dude, I pissed the bed when I was taking sleep meds. I don't take sleep meds because of it. I shit my pants sometimes because I have problems with my handlebars of my motorcycle ripped through my stomach, and now I have problems with my stomach. So, like, sometimes shit happens, but when I admit to it, people that are listening are like, wow, this is here's something that I'm going through that I was not comfortable with sharing to somebody. And just getting that out into the fucking open makes you feel so much better. It does. And I've been trying to just say, like, men, just fucking talk about your mental health. Because you try to be that macho man and you try to bury that shit deep because you're a tough guy.
I'm a tough guy.
And you're Hank Hogan.
I got no problems. And
you're Hank Hogan, you got a porn star girlfriend. No, but like, but these guys, and it's been taught for so long. Like you said, like my dad wasn't very, I love you. I died in a motorcycle accident, came back to life. I'm not allowed to leave his sight without him telling me he loves me, because I made sure I told him that really makes me feel good, Dad. When you tell me I love you every time you see me, that makes me feel good, because now I know that I could die in a fucking blink of an eye. I woke up 30 days later and you guys are like, oh my God, you almost died. What happened? I don't remember a fucking thing.
That's 30 days of blank.
Yeah. And that's what I was telling, and then so and Ryan and Josh, when I met these guys, they had a guy, we call him Uncle Mike. He's like the Uncle Mike of the crew. He's all of our uncle. We're just a big group of friends and we're like family now because we love each other. He made us start hugging each other. And that's opening your chest up, caressing somebody's heart with your heart. That's what I call a hug. And that's when once I started doing that, man, you start feeling like you give a shit about somebody. And that's what, like, a hug's not, if somebody's freaking out, you go give them a hug right now. They ain't gonna it's not gonna make them normal in one, but it's gonna make them think, hey, this dude gives a fuck about me enough to give up his heart to me, like a heart-to-heart combat, like heart-to-heart cuddle. That's what it is, and it's weird to say, because even I got some friends that were raised the old-fashioned way. I was raised the old-fashioned way. My dad was raised the old-fashioned way.
So was I. I mean,
and
we're all old school, and
yep.
Kids and parents and government officials, they don't understand that, and they're trying to impose their will and their ways of now on you. And it's like,
yep.
you're not going to, it's the old adage, it's my will against your will and you will lose. I mean, I'm that stubborn. It's like,
yeah, there's gotta be everybody's gotta love each other, man. That's the only thing I want to, if I could walk off this earth and have anything, it's hopefully people love each other a little bit more and are a little bit more open to talking about themselves. Like, I got married with all these issues. I got married with,
that's a good woman.
Yeah, I got married with PTSD, anxiety. I'm a fucking asshole sometimes. I wake up mad sometimes because I can't sleep good at night. I am not an adult. I cannot be an adult at all. It's hard for me to remember shit. I couldn't pay bills if you paid me to pay bills. I couldn't do it.
I was the same way growing up.
And my wife literally, I mean, sometimes it's hard, dude. Try having another fucking child. Try marrying another fucking child and see how easy it is. But she sticks through it all the fucking time and she never gives up. And that's what makes me feel good, because she knows all this bullshit that goes on. Sometimes she bitches about it. Last night she bitched about it. And that's what she's got to live with. And I understand, but she woke up today and she made sure I felt like I was loved. She made sure I felt, you know what I'm saying? So, and I thought my life was over when I woke up from this accident. And all I had to do was just be myself and not fucking, because, when I was growing up personally, I was trying to big dick energy and I'm better than you and I can fight you and beat you up. I've been in so many fights in my life and I haven't wanted to fight seriously one person. I haven't wanted to punch one person in my whole life. I won't even kill a fucking animal. I won't go hunting. I never wanted to punch anybody in my entire life, and I did. And now I'm like, once I've died and now I seen like a different way of life. I was 25 when this happened to me, so I got a good like outlook. I'm not promised tomorrow. I'm not invincible like I thought I was.
Nobody is.
So now I'm myself. I'm who I want to be. I'm not making a fucking, I'm not saying that I'm cool or anything because I want you to think I'm cool. I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm putting a smile on my face. And if it just so happens to make you smile, let's be friends.
Works for me, my brother.
That's and that's all I wanted to. Let's see what time it is. Okay,
I was gonna say we're getting close to closing time. Yeah. Coward Goldmane hasn't showed up yet.
So do you have like a Facebook, Instagram for Hank Hogan?
Yes, I do.
So plug yourself in, and I got one more question for you.
Absolutely, brother.
Plug yourself in, like your social medias and like
Instagram is Hank Hogan 2022. Facebook is just Hank Hogan. Easy picture to find. Picture of me and Hulk Hogan together.
It's this beautiful man right here with Hulk Hogan.
That's right, brother. Doing the too sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hit him up on Instagram or Facebook if you see him. I got one more question for you. If you had one last thing to say to the world, what would you say?
I have one more thing to say to the world. Well, let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. I demand world peace right now. And if we don't get it, what you gonna do when Hank Hogan goes worldwide, brother, and runs wild on you?
And that's it for episode 107 of Pillar Talk. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Have a good time. Take him out, Hank Hogan.
Let me tell you something, Jeremiah Goldmane. When I catch up with you, brother, at the next show, your ass is mine, brother. You don't stand up, Hank Hogan, and get away with it, brother. What you gonna do when the largest arms in the world, the power of Hulkamania, runs wild on Jeremiah the Weasel Goldmane?